Pick up the stars tonight. We'll be burning on and on, building a brighter light where no one knows, a place untold. Give me a hand tonight, and everything will be alright. We'll run away into the fields of gold where dreams are grown.
Hello Taurus, this is Inspire 2016 with your weekly tarot reading for the week commencing the 5th of February until the 11th of February 2018. The first card for you is representing, how do you feel about yourself? Your card is the 7 of Pentacles. You do not want to keep putting your heart and soul into something if you are not getting the rewards for it. And no doubt, you have started to see that there are some areas in your life that are just become energy sappers but without the reward. If you have been working extra hard or putting in extra effort into something, it will finally pay off. Your effort will definitely be worth it and you will see the results and rewards for your labor. You may have been working on something quite challenging and important for the last few months. And this is likely to come to a culmination. You are likely to see financial or other tangible rewards for all of your hard work. You might have been laboring away at something important and you may be starting to feel concerned that you will never be rewarded for your efforts. Be patient and appreciate the progress you have made so far. If your hard work has not yet paid off as planned, remember that your expectations may be unreasonable. There are no guarantees. Be grateful, focus on the present and do what you can with what you have. This card follows the 6 of Pentacles, which indicated the ending of a difficult period of financial or material difficulty. In the 7 of Pentacles, you are now experiencing the rewards of hard work and effort. However, the question at hand is whether the rewards of hard work are in fact worth the effort to acquire them. It is often at the time of greatest success that you realize what you desired so much is in fact somewhat disappointing and perhaps not worth all of the effort. The 7 of Pentacles may therefore represent fear of failure, delays and frustration. However, the positive side to it is that you are more likely to be learning from these setbacks and evaluating how you can better invest your time to create the most value. In order to avoid feelings of frustration, ensure that you review your progress to date at regular intervals, particularly when engaged in long-term or enduring work, so that you can review what is working well and what is not and where you can make adjustments. Make sure that you are on course and that you are on track to achieve your goals. The second card for you is representing, what do you want most right now? Your card is the 6 of Swords. What do you want most right now is to make a regretful transition, as a likely result of the decisions you make. You know that in order to move forward, you must leave something important behind. And while you do this with some regret, you know that in the long term it is the best option for you. There are times when you will be forced to let go of something to which you have been attached, and the process of letting go is often quite challenging. However, the sadness of your loss will soon be replaced by greater clarity, bringing about a renewed acceptance of change. Do not be afraid to let go of whatever it is that is holding you in the present or the past. Instead, look to your future and choose the best option that has the greatest long-term potential. There are going to be some hard decisions and some compromises that you will need to make, but this is ultimately a rite of passage that will take you into a new phase of your life. You need to realize that you are now headed towards a much better position in life. You have endured, or are currently enduring, a difficult life transition, but as a result, you will be more able to deal with what may come. Do not dwell on the past or what you have left behind. Instead, use this as an opportunity for changing your beliefs about yourself, moving away from whom you used to be and towards whom you really want to be. Sometimes the only way to solve life's problems is to leave them behind you and go somewhere new to start over. While it may feel as though you are giving up or being a coward, escape is often the only approach left when all others have failed. The important thing now is that you chart a new course that will lead to greater happiness and joy. The Six of Swords also shows the need to draw upon a state of mental clarity, logic and objectivity in order to examine where you have been and where you are going. This mental clarity will also serve to smooth the way ahead, and make the passage from negative to positive as peaceful as possible. You can use your intuition to guide you through easy situations and call upon your impartial and analytical nature when it is needed for a more complex decision. The third card for you is representing your fears. Your card is the Page of Wands. You are afraid that your new ventures or projects might not be successful. You may have had a vision to start a new hobby or project, with the view that it would lead to bigger and better things, but you soon realized that you had taken the wrong approach and it wasn't leading to the growth and development you had expected. You may have started to realize that you had not really focused enough on what your goals and objectives were, and that is why you were not reaching the outcomes you wanted. Luckily, you had not progressed too far along and were able to easily retreat from those projects with limited impact. Sometimes, too, these setbacks can be helpful in testing out new territories and exploring what will and will not work for you. You may also find that your eagerness to start something new has been negatively impacted by complexities, obstacles and opposition, which has resulted in a lack of motivation and indecisiveness about your path forward. You may also be fearful of whether you can really get your project or idea up and running, or if you are just going to be weighed down by more responsibility and troubles. The Page of Wands can depict a person who is immature with a self-image problem. It could be someone who is mean-spirited and aggressive, or someone who is helpless and always a victim. This is someone who never has anything good to say, is always pessimistic, and always brings everyone down. This person undercuts your enthusiasm and your self-confidence. Often, this is a superficial, lazy and arrogant person, one who is unwilling to make an effort, and is uncooperative and impatient. The fourth card for you is representing what is going for you. Your card is the Two of Cups. You might be feeling lonely and have wanted to get married. Proposals and engagements, particularly as this card portrays what looks like a wedding or hand fasting. It is a reflection of commitment between two individuals, to say that they will go through life together, always considerate of each other's needs and wishes. Outside of love, the Two of Cups reflects a partnership of sorts, be it a business partnership, friendship or even a relationship between a person and their pet. Despite the focus on the two beings shown on this card, the Two of Cups also points to what is happening within the individual. To be truly loved, deeply treasured and valued highly by others, you must first and foremost strive to create those feelings for yourself. That is, when you work toward loving yourself, you hold your inner spirit in high regard, treating it with deference and deep respect. When you see yourself in this positive light, other people cannot help but respond to your personal sense of value in an equally positive manner. The fifth card for you is representing what is going against you. Your card is the Two of Swords. You are afraid of making wrong choice and decision. You are really struggling to see what the right choice is, as either option will lead to negative consequences. Lay out the pros and cons of each option that is available to you and weigh up which option will have the most favorable outcome. The Two of Swords may also indicate mental confusion as a result of information overload. You are overwhelmed with other people's points of view and additional, detailed information about what options are available to you. At the end of the day, you are going to have to make a decision, so sift through the advice and the information that is available to select only the most relevant and helpful. The Two of Swords may suggest that you are feeling stuck in the middle of two competing sides. You may be trying to play the peacemaker role, but in doing this you are just confusing yourself and creating more tension. For example, you may be trying to bring two conflicting family members together in the hope of a harmonious family environment, but instead you are finding yourself being the messenger or the dumping ground for each of their concerns. Decide whether or not you truly do have a role to play and whether you can indeed create peace between the two opposing parties. Otherwise, get yourself out of there. The last card for you is representing the likely outcome that you may have. Your card is the Five of Swords. You are engaging in conflict or finding yourself disagreeing with others, leading to tension and hostility. Despite thinking you have won, you may still end up the loser because you have hurt or annoyed others and have subsequently isolated yourself. You try to pick up the pieces and act as if the conflict is now in the past, but others have now lost faith in you and do not want to be around you. This might be one of those times when it feels like everyone is against you and you may lose some friends along the way. You will need to make a decision about whether your point of view is so important to you that it is okay to put your relationship with others in jeopardy, or whether you can compromise and try to see eye to eye with others. If you have been aggressive in your struggles, then you will soon accomplish your objectives. However, if you have been passive, you may need to compromise on your personal interests, giving in to the wishes of the opposing force. You will feel that there are more obstacles ahead, and you will not want to face the ordeal you know you must if you are to have what you want or the way you want it. Overall, you are in for a struggle and there is more work or problems ahead than you are aware of now. Things will not go as well as they should, and you will have conflicts or clashes of will with others. Thus, the Five of Swords is a card representing ambition, but in the negative sense. Too much ambition without regard to the consequences to yourself or others results ultimately in a situation of loss for everyone. You may be represented either by the callous winner or the dejected losers. In any case, there is a negative connotation. If your focus is solely on winning your goals at any cost, you will eventually discover to your own dismay that the price of winning may not have been worth the reward. Arrogance and pride often go hand in hand with a difficult triumph such as this, and you must be careful not to think you are invincible. You have overcome a challenge, and you have the right to feel proud, but know that there will be other rivals to face and that some of them will eventually defeat you. Boasting to others that you are invincible is an invitation for someone to prove you wrong. If your victory was won through cheating or unethical conduct, beware of an attempt at vengeance. The Five of Swords can relate to a betrayal or sneak attack by someone you trust and do not suspect as your enemy. There may be an unfaithful partner or a jealous person in your life who is sabotaging you behind your back. Look to other court cards in the reading to understand who may be working against you. You must be very careful whom you trust at this point in time because you are vulnerable to attack and gossip. The advice of the Five of Swords is to pick your battles. You may be tempted to fight every conflict to ensure you get your way, to prove that you are right, or to defend yourself when you are feeling challenged or threatened by another person. However, most experts agree, choosing your battles wisely is a much better way of life than battling out every disagreement. Not only will picking your battles lead to a more peaceful existence, it is also more likely to strengthen your interpersonal relationships. Last but not least, the guidance card for you is the Renewal. The angels sent you this card because you're either near the end of a project or at a crossroads, on the threshold of making an important change. This card signifies that it's time to review and do some evaluation. Make thoughtful judgments regarding your life, and then make confident choices. Rest easy, knowing that you've prepared well. Legal situations are resolved favorably for you. In addition, academic examinations and certification tests go well. Additional meanings of this card: a landmark decision, a career or job change, moving in a new direction, a new beginning. Jeremiel is the archangel who helps you evaluate your life so you can clearly decide upon appropriate changes. Spend some time alone with a pad of paper and pen, and call upon Jeremiel to help you review what needs to be changed, healed, or released.
I hope that you enjoy everything, and if you like the reading, just please click subscribe and you will get instant notifications every time we publish a new video right to your YouTube. Thanks.